お前は冒険者なのか。俺もずっと昔冒険者に憧れていた。
And who is this?
ガキの頃のくだらない夢だ。
Okay, interesting. New character that we just stumble upon. Because obviously this is the present. You can, obviously the attire that Frieren is wearing.
とは言っても友達思いでいいゴリラだったよ。
And what happened to this friend?
そいつから一緒に冒険者にならないかと誘われたんだ。
10
年も昔の話だ。今でも後悔しているよ。料理に使う野草を森で取ってくるように兄貴に頼まれた。そしたら
Oh.
底なし沼にはまってた。
Well, quite a predicament.
でもお前がこの手を取ったら
That's why he told her, take my hand, please.
ちょっと待ってね。
This is quite the side quest that we stumble upon.
それにジョーちゃん、大人ってのは汚いもんなんだぜ。
Quite a statement there.
気に汚いのは初めてかも。もう少し時間いい。
Frieren is such a troll sometimes.
俺はここでいいよ。
You can still hear the sound effects.
いえ、私からきつく言っておきます。
I'm sure you will. Frieren's reaction there.
ここら辺は危険な毒性生物が多いから。
Well, he did warn you.
毒の種類の分析って僧侶の魔法だから。
Ah. Different classes, different uses.
大丈夫だって。毒は気合でなんとかなるって師匠も言っていたぜ。
Your bleeding says otherwise.
アイゼンって竜を混沌させるほどの猛毒の矢を受けてもピンピンしていたっけ。ハイターがドン引きしていた。
of course, Hyter would.
それにハイター様の話によると冒険者の死因の2割は毒だそうです。
Stark, it's not looking good for you. I wonder if the dude before has the antidote. Or if he is the priest.
脳が溶け始め、鼻から全部流れ出て死にます。
Oh god.
本来なら初期の段階でしか対処できませんが、
Oh no, it's far too
私
late.
の弟ならあるいは
Ah, there we go. There, yep. Chance encounter.
なんだ、蛇にでも噛まれたか。
I told you to be
気を
careful.
つけろっつったのに。
Exactly what I said. Hey.
兄貴、広場の手伝い行ってくる。
Wow, that quick? That was surprising. I thought it was gonna be a lot more complicated than that.
あれは天性の際だ。
やはりフリーレン様には分かりますか。
私のこと知っているの？
Wow.
ハイター様から聞かされ
Oh, of course, of course, Hyter has connections.
原因は生徒から視察に。
Of course, he's the one who gave it.
あの子は子供の頃冒険者になりたいとよく言っていた。
I don't think Sign has the necklace.
あの子をこの村から連れ出してやってはくれませんか。きっとあの子はずっと背中を押してくれる誰かを探しているんだ。
Hey, Sign did say that he wanted to be an adventurer.
フリーレン様は何が不満なんですか？同族嫌悪。
Ah, title of the episode.
酒、タバコ、ギャンブル。さすがに生臭すぎないかな。
Oh no. Oh no, we're another corrupt priest. Oh no.
俺に勝てたら仲間になってやるよ。
本当か？
Damn, this really feels like a side quest that you stumble upon in a game. And Stark lost completely. It feels like.
身ぐるみ剥がされた。
Don't do gambling, kids. Damn.
大人ってのは
He lost us. Damn.
昔の話だって言ってんだろ。今更だよ。
Hey man, it's never too late.
フリーレン、僕たちと一緒に魔王を倒そう。
今更だよ。
Aversion to her own kind. Okay. Now I get it.
もう取り返しのつかないほどの年月が経った。
Wow.
私は今の話をしている。
Wow, that's great. That's great.
やっぱり私ザインのこと嫌いだ。
Because you remind me of myself. Huh.
だから意地でも仲間に誘うことにした。
Yep.
シュタルク様、来てください。
何その汚い
Yeah.
つまむような持ち方
I was about to comment the way she was handling that. She just fucking throws it at him.
何をしたって言うんだ。
Ah, that's just
シュ
Fern.
タルクの身ぐるみを剥がしたことを怒っているんだよ。
Oh? Affections?
酒を飲む僧侶はどうなのさ。酒は百薬の長なんですよ。
She learns it from the best, yep.
たまには背中を押してみるのもいいと思ったんだよ。勇者ヒンメルがそうしたように。
覚悟が決まんねえならそん時でいい。
He never returned, did he?
そうですね。酒にタバコ。
Well, we know that much.
それはもう知ってる。
Yep.
あいつ本当に僧侶なの？
やはりハイター様は真面目な僧侶だったのですね。
Newfound admiration.
年上のお姉さんが好きですね。
もはや破壊層じゃねえ。
Well, Frieren is, You could say that Frieren is an old woman.
Hmm?
See, everybody's looking at her.
ザイン。年上のお姉さん。
Well, well, well.
どこ？
You would be surprised to know.
ここだよザイン。
What am I watching? What is happening? Are you into 1,000-year-olds, perchance?
こんなのお姉さんじゃない。
It's not about the age, it's about the physical appearance as well, man.
先生から教わった色仕掛けを使う時が来たようだね。
Excuse me?
何それ？
What was that? Now seriously, what was that?
このお子様を連れて帰ってくれ。エッチすぎる。なんなのお前ら。
Damn, called her a child.
ヒンメル。罪な女だ。
That's hilarious.
親友を追いかけたいんじゃないの？
Let's hear about this.
あいつは3年後には帰ってくると言ったんだ。
It's been 10 years.
あれから10年も経った。
Yeah.
もう死んでいるに決まったんだろうが。
But how do you know?
まだたったの10年だよ。
A mere 10-year adventure. If he's dead, then we're gonna be conversing with the dead. So, you know.
理由は10年前にあいつについていかなかったのと同じだ。
He's a tough nut to crack, this one.
あなたほどの才があれば生徒の司祭としてもやっていけるでしょう。
But he refused.
私はあの子の兄です。あの子から故郷まで奪うことはできません。
Oh. Okay.
君の弟さんにたっぷりと冒険談でも話していくとしましょう。
Damn, hides her nose. Through the reflection.
いつまで後悔し続けるつもりだ。
手を挙げられたことなんかなかった。
He was just, you know, waking him up, right? Essentially.
フリーレン、俺、冒険者になることにしたよ。
Let's
あい
go.
つを追いかける。
We got an objective.
俺の旅の目的は、あいつを探すことだ。
Respectable.
だから途中までだ。途中まで一緒に行ってやる。
Part way, huh? Whatever drives you forward, man. I was kind of asking for this in the last episode.
天国。
わざわざ目指すような場所か？死ねばみんな行けんだろう。
ザイン様も行けるんですか？
Damn. Damn. That was a sweet episode. That was a sweet episode. I did ask in the previous episode, like I said, about like wanting another party member in our group. Not the person that I was expecting, but still though. Sign feels like a really interesting character to follow. I don't think I've talked much about this ED, but this ED is so good. Definitely one of the prettiest endings that I've seen this year. And that was episode 13 of Frieren. And what an interesting episode, especially in regards to meeting a new character in Sign. You know, I was asking for a new party member, you know, when we were introduced to Graf in the previous episode, and I thought he was going to be a member, you know, considering his background of being a priest, but ultimately he kind of left, I guess, the story for the time being. I don't know if we're going to be meeting him in the future, but he left on his own adventure, and then we move on. But then we are introduced to Sign, someone who, and I kind of mentioned this in the previous episode when I was talking about Graf. Like, yeah, there are some similarities in regards to like the, I would say the classes of our party members. You know, you got the warrior, you got the priest, you got the mage and such. And Graf kind of fits the bill on like the priest character, but then he left. But then we meet with Sign, and he most definitely fits the priest character because one, he is actually a priest instead of Graf, who was a monk, and he has an actual, I guess, connection to Hyter in some capacity, and that just makes it all the more coincidental, but in a good way, you know. And what an interesting character. I will say that. I mean, we don't really know much about him. We know very little about him, especially in regards to like his past, but it does lend into something that I think everybody can familiarize with and can sympathize with, I would say, because the story of a character who chose not to do what he wanted to do and now thinking that, yeah, that time has passed, you know, like there's no opportunity for it anymore. Like, we've seen that time and time again. I mean, even in real life, there's plenty of times where we are like, yeah, I kind of regret that I didn't take the leap, right? 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or something like that, and thinking like, yeah, I'm too old for this. It's never going to happen. But in reality, no, you're never too old to do whatever, you know, that you wanted to do when you were younger, you know, like, well, realistically, there are some instances where I'm like, okay, maybe, yeah, but in regards to like Sign himself, really glad that it took our party members a long time to actually convince him to do so, because he is a tough nut to crack, you know, like he was so convinced that his time is up and you know, like there's nothing that he can do about it anymore. But then, you know, the convincing happens, the motivations from Frieren and everybody else, even the funny thing about like Frieren trying to seduce him, that was like so random, but really glad that he joined the party, and I cannot wait to see more of his dynamic with the party members as well. Now, talking a bit about the story structure of Frieren, I've mentioned this multiple times already in this reaction series for me, but there is, again, like I said, there is that sense of randomness along their journey, and that is a good thing, right? Because you are on this adventure, right? You're on an adventure, you're going from point A to point B, and there's so many things in between that you will stumble upon, so many different, you know, quote-unquote side quests or side missions, or just various different events that will range from like simple things to like, can you just pick up a berry or two? Can you pick up these flowers? Can you move these rocks? To something that is far more, you know, of a pressing matter, like demons trying to destroy a town or a city. And just them stumbling upon this random character, right? Sign is a random character at the start of this episode, right? We have no idea who this is. This is just a character that they just stumble upon because they were just trying to pick berries and vegetations and like herbs and such. And he just so happens to be stuck in this bottomless pit asking for help while also talking about like his past. And I love the way the way he implemented that story of like, yeah, back in the old days, you know, a long time ago I didn't reach out for him. I should have taken his hand. Now could you please take mine because I'm gonna die here? I love that little banter, this little comedic relation between his past and what is currently happening. I thought that was really funny. And I love the title of the episode and what it relates to, because an aversion to my own kind is something that, you know, like, when it comes to Frieren, obviously Frieren is an elf, but that is not what she was referring to at all. No. Later on in the episode, we kind of understand what she means, and that is Sign reminds Frieren a lot of herself. This person who hasn't done anything for years, you know, nothing quote-unquote worthwhile, or unable to do the things that they wanted to do the most, you know, like what they thought their dreams was, and then they never really done all of those things. Just doing whatever in life until somebody actually comes in and say, hey, we need your help, come on, join us. And then using Himmel's own words towards Sign is a really nice touch, because it kind of goes to show like how much Himmel means to Frieren, but also goes to show like the development that Frieren has as a character. We're not talking about the past, we're talking about the present. What is your call of action right now? Don't think about the past, think about right now. Do you still want to do it now? Just because you didn't do it in the past doesn't mean that you can't do it again in the present, you know, like that's the whole thing. It's a simple message, like I said, and one that I think we can all kind of relate to in one way or another, and that is something that Sign also related, and that is something that Sign ultimately does, right? He ultimately decided to join the party members because, hey, just because you're an old priest doesn't mean that it's not your time, you know, because every time is your time. And sure, for now, he's gonna be with us part way, you know, like that is his current thoughts of, you know, like, I'm just gonna join you for part ways because I'm just doing this because I want to find my friend again. We don't know how long that is going to take, but obviously there are two outcomes in this. One, the friend is actually dead, or two, the friend is actually alive. But given that the friend did made a promise to come back in 3 years, but then it's already been 10 years, something definitely happened to this friend. We don't know what though, and that is like the mystery, right? So far there is a mystery that is like kind of in the back of the story. Like, we're not gonna be focusing on that until like much later, I'm assuming, because there's much more pressing matters like trying to get Frieren her magic license or whatever. But I'm sure that we are going to be dealing with that in one way or another, you know, Sign's side mission, if you will, because the unfortunate idea that his friend actually dies means that maybe he can converse with him once we enter the realm of the dead, you know, to heaven. Who knows, right? That is like almost what all of these characters are currently bound to, you know, to achieve once they actually made it to heaven. Frieren has somebody that she wants to talk to. Sign also probably has somebody that he wants to talk to. Stark also has somebody that he wants to talk to, you know, like his brother, and then Fern, naturally. Not just to Hyther, but I would also assume maybe her actual, like, parents, you know, like the parents that she lost during the war. So all of these characters technically have, like, the same desires, even though they're just following along Frieren's whims. So I really love that. A lovely episode to introduce a new character into our party, and hopefully that she is going to stay for a long period of time, because I think, again, like I said, like, I have some interest in Sign, you know, like he might be a really interesting character if we get to know him a lot more. So really looking forward to that. All right, thank you all so much for tuning in and watching my reaction, my review of Frieren episode 13. If you do enjoy the video, naturally hit the like, subscribe, share your comments. Not share the comments, share the video and comment in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions, all that stuff. If you want to support me more, then you can hop on over to the Patreon. Links are all in the description below. I will see you all